Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to take the pen and gear notepads. These are the college ruled notepad that I'm going to be using. I got these on sale. Walmart has them right now for 25 cents. And I'm going to be showing you how you can take and personalize that to remove the front cover and replace it with the cover of your choice. Okay. All right. So a couple of things I want to point out before we get into our design and everything is that I'm going to tell you where I got a couple of supplies from. So the first one is I got the template, which is what you see here. I got this template from Etsy, Picky Creations 777. Picky, and I'll put it over here just in case you guys can't understand me. All right, so this is where I got this from, Etsy, Picky Creations 777. Okay, it was $2.50. And you want to upload it just like you would with an image. You just upload it after you extract it. If it requires extracting on your side, you want to just go ahead and upload it to your computer wherever you want to have it saved, and then you want to bring in the SVG, or excuse me, the PNG file, which is going to come in just like you see it. It's going to have 42 holes on the side and then the 3 right next to it. So Picky Creations. I didn't even spell that right. I'm looking right at it. Did I spell it right? Nope. Picky Creations. There we go. Picky Creations. All right. Picky Creations 777 is where I got this template from. Again, this is for the Pen and Gear college ruled notepad. They have them on sale at Walmart for 25 cents right now. All right, so now we got where the template comes from. You're just going to upload it like you would an image, PNG file. It's going to come in just like this. And all you want to do is make sure you size it down because it's going to come in larger than this. You want to size it down just by going up and unlocking the proportions. And you want to change it to a width of 8. Let me get the right size. A width of 8 and a height of 10.5. Okay, you want your width at 8 and your height at 10.5. Once you get that set, you can go ahead and lock your proportions back. I would highly recommend that you save this, as your, pen and gear notepad. That way you'll be able to come right back to it instead of having to upload it all the time. But anyway, that's where I got this from. The other thing I want to show you, and all you have to do once you change the sizing is just click on make it. It's ready to go. Don't worry about the color being black. It's only going to cut out the color cardstock that you load into the machine. So nothing is printing. It's just going to cut out this square and these holes on the side. Okay. I'll also tell you that I have the Cricut Maker, and I use the material setting of heavy cardstock, and I increase the pressure to more. Okay, heavy cardstock, and I increase the pressure to more. All right, I found a really great deal on some images on Etsy, and I got them from Mommy Made. I'm going to show you here for anyone that's interested, because I know I'm going to get questions about where did you get your images from. So here's the name right here, Mommy, Mummie, Made on Etsy, and you get 175 Black Queen Designs PNG files. Okay, not SVGs, not SVGs, guys, PNG files for $4. Okay, 175 designs. So I'm going to kind of show you what that's going to look like here. Give me 1 second. All right, so I have all of mine out here. See, this is when you have too many files. Too many. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me go back. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to insert a picture, this device. And these are all the images that I got for $4, guys. All of these images for $4 by Mummy Made on Etsy. Okay, so these are PNG files. They are not SVG files. So I do want to keep saying that because I don't want anybody to think they're going to get scalable vector graphics. You're only going to get the PNGs, but they work just as well. All right. Alrighty. So you select whatever image or whatever image you have on your computer. I think I want to do something with a lot of red in it because I'm doing sublimation. So let me see what I might be interested in. Wah, wah. Let's see what that looks like. Nope. Insert picture, this device. All right, so I'm going to hurry and pick something so we can get on with it. Okay, we're going to do this one. All right, so I'm uploading my image into PowerPoint. You can upload your image directly into Cricut Design Space, but just know that in Cricut Design Space, you're limited to the 6.75 by 9.25. And so I'm going to actually be printing mine in from Microsoft PowerPoint. All you would need to do is just go into Cricut, and after you cut this out, I'm going to hide that. You would just upload whatever image you're going to be working with. So say I want to work with this image here. This is another one of the images that came with that file. And they're going to come in super large. So you just want to make sure you downsize them. All right, so you would just take your image, you would click on Make It, and this is if you're printing from Cricut Design Space. And then you want to make sure you mirror because we're going to be doing sublimation, okay? So I'm going to walk through the process for PowerPoint because I'm going to be using this image. So I've inserted my image. I have this set by going to Design, Slide Size, Custom Slide Size, and I have mine on 8.5 by 11. Okay, and it's actually 8, so you can make it 8 to be exact, but so we can change this to 10.5 to make it exact of the notepad, 8 by 10.5, and you want to make sure this says portrait, okay, and then ensure fit. So this is the exact same size now as your notepad, and I leave room on the edge so that it doesn't interfere with the 3-hole punch. I don't want to have, I want to move this over, and you'll see when I do it here in just a second. But if you're using PowerPoint, the last thing you want to do, once you make sure you have this where it's not going to interfere with that left edge of your notepad, then you want to click on the image, go to your menu and click Picture Format, Rotate, and you want to flip it horizontal because we mirror. So this is your same effect of mirroring like you would in Cricut Design Space. Now we're going to go to File, And we're going to print that. And I'm going to make sure I have my 7720. And I already have my settings for paper 8.5 by 11, which will work. I just check all my settings to make sure everything looks good. And letter. Okay. And so I am ready to go ahead and print this. So I'm going to print this out. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring myself up on camera so you can see the rest of the process. All right, guys, so now you know where you can get your template. And I told you about Mummy Made, which you can get some really good images. They're PNG files, 175 or so for $4, all on Etsy. But this is the notepad that I did earlier, and it is on glitter cardstock. Now, I will tell you that I have now ordered some Pen and Gear glitter white diamond cardstock because Walmart didn't have any, not my Walmart. And Hobby Lobby said they had it, but when I got there, these were the only glitter sheets that I found that were of a light color, because remember, you can't get the light color if you go with a darker, you can't get like the eyes and the teeth, or white if you're using anything other than white or kind of like an off-white here that I have. So I had to get the large sheet. And then I cut them. I have Cricut to cut the template out for me. So remember, in Cricut, you have your template. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to Cricut, and I'm going to bring up my template, and I'm going to click on Make It. Remember, you want to set the template at 8.8 by 10.5. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and load. Let me see if these look the same color. I guess they do look the same color, because I thought I had picked up like a white and then like a cream, but I guess I got them all the same color. No, that one is a little bit lighter. I mean darker. All right. So you're going to take your cardstock, and hopefully you have the Pen and Gear, but since I didn't, I'm going to be using this big sheet, which is almost a 12 by 12, but it's not quite 12 by 12. And you want to line it up good. And then you don't mirror anything. Once you get to the Make It screen, you're going to click Continue. And I put it on heavy cardstock, and I select more for the pressure because this stuff is really thick. And so we're going to go ahead and put it in. And let Cricut cut this baby out for us. And I'm just making sure that it's nice, and you don't want it to move. So you want to make sure that your mat is sticky. Okay. Now I have my image here printed in the reverse. So that's why it looked like, you know, it looks right to you, but once I lay it down, it'll have it going in the right direction. Okay, so when I look at it like this, Bay is going in the reverse. But when you look at it, it's gonna look like it's going in the right direction, I think. All right, so I have my image here, and I don't cut it or anything. I just move it over so that I don't interfere. I don't interfere with this part of the notepad, okay? So I'm gonna make sure that my image is gonna start after those 3 hole punches, okay? All right, so I'm using a sub paper, okay? I'm using a sub paper. Now I'm gonna sub this at 385 for 60 seconds. Last time I tried 45 seconds, and I don't know if it's this cardstock because it's not what I saw that was recommended, even though it still looks really nice. And it did sublimate. I think because I'm not using the white, you know, it kind of has like a little bit of a duller look to me. So Make sure my paper ain't, cardstock ain't moving here, because then I'll have a heart attack. All right, so Cricut is cutting out my template. All right, so that part is over. We're gonna go ahead and release this, and you will see here that Cricut cut it out for us. And it could stand, you know, because this is so thick, it probably could stand to go in twice. I just don't want to risk messing up my little holes, my little 42 holes, because that's a lot of holes to mess up. And I keep this part of the cardstock because you just never know. I might be able to use that, but this I'm going to trash. That's all my cardstock over there. All right. So now we have our template. And what I'm going to do is, I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but it has my holes right here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my little weeding tool. And what I would recommend is just take that and push those little holes. Let's see if you can see that. Push those little holes out. And so I'm going to do this because it's going to take a minute. I'm going to do this. I'm going to pause you, and then I'll bring you back after I have them all punched out. But you can see Cricut will cut those holes out for you with that template. So give me a second. All right, guys. So now I have punched out all of my holes, my 42 holes. And then you have 3 big holes. Let's see where they are. Punch those out because this is the Pen and Gear college ruled notepad. So you can see how easy they come out. One right there. All right, so now I got my 3 holes punched out and my 42 holes on the side, okay? So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take our image and we're gonna line it up with where we wanna put our image on our, front cover, our new front cover. That's what I'll call it, the new front cover. And remember, you do not want to get your image on this side of the glitter cardstock, okay? So what I'm going to do is turn it this way so I can kind of see what I'm doing here, kind of, sort of, kind of, sort of. Make sure I got it all covered, and I do. And I'm just making sure that I do not interfere with where I don't want any ink to be showing through those 3 holes, okay? So that looks good, and that looks good. So what I'm going to do is lay it down, and I'm going to put my heat tape on now, and I'm going to go ahead and cut my heat press on. So give me a second. All right, got my heat tape here, and I'm going to go ahead and just cut off 2 little pieces because that's more than enough. And while my heat press is heating up, I'm going to show you what to do with your Pen and Gear notepad. So I'm just going to put 1 little piece here at the top. You don't need more than that. And 1 little piece at the bottom. 2 little pieces of heat tape. Excuse me. So now I have my image on my notepad, or my new notepad cover, just the way I want it. And you're putting it on the glitter side. Okay, so we're going to set this to the side and wait for our heat pad. Wait for my heat pad to get up to 385 because I'm going to press it at 385 for 60 seconds. So this is the part that you really want to focus on. It's really easy. It's not hard at all, guys. On the notepad, I'm going to show you this and hopefully you can see it. It's going to have like a little bend in there to hook over onto that front piece of wire. Is going to be long enough that it hooks over to the second wire to keep it closed so that you don't lose your paper. Okay, it's 1 at the top and 1 at the bottom, so hopefully you guys can see that it's kind of bent right here. So what you're going to do, I can't find my needle nose pliers, but you want to take either needle nose pliers or wire cutters, and you want to cut that little piece off. So I'm going to open these up, and I'm just going to clip that just like that. So now you see, let's see if I got it on there right. So now you can see where I have clipped that, so it's no longer connected to the second one, okay? And what we're gonna do now, that little metal piece, I gotta get that off and throw it in the trash because otherwise I'll step on it later. And you're gonna do the same thing at the top. I'll get it here in just a second. You're going to cut where you see that little piece of wire looped over. You're gonna cut that off. And that's going to free up your wire, okay? And all you're going to do is hold your paper together, and you're just going to start turning this. And notice as I'm turning, it's coming out. If you don't do both sides, it's not going to move on these. So you have to clip both sides. So all I'm doing is just rolling, and you can see it's coming right out. Roll, roll, roll your boat. So I do highly recommend that you have the needle nose pliers, because when you get ready to go back, you do need to bend that last piece of wire as best you can so that it doesn't come apart, okay? So you're just gonna roll it perfectly. It's just easy. And make sure you're holding your papers tight to keep them together. And it's gonna be just as easy to put it back in, guys. And just like that, we is done. And those little metal pieces, let me grab those and throw them in the trash because they will stick me in my feet. So now we have taken our notepad apart. We're going to take that cover sheet or that cover front, and we no longer need this. Okay. And now we're going to sit this to the side. I'm going to let my heat press heat up, and then I'm going to have you join me at the heat press so you can see me press this. And again, I highly recommend, this is my second time trying it. The first time I did it, you guys know I like to test it before I try to show it to you. But this is the first one that I did. And like I said, they did not have the pen and gear at the Walmart by my house. And so I ended up having to buy, you saw the large individual sheets just so I could get through this project. I had to get those from Hobby Lobby. Now I'm pretty sure but Michael's had the glitter card stock, but I wasn't looking for individual sheets. I wanted to get the pen and gear, okay? But it didn't show that they had them, and Walmart didn't have them. So I think it turned out beautiful. I think my granddaughter is gonna love this because, you know, I'm gonna send this to my grandbaby. So now all we're gonna do is make sure you get your pen and gear. Pen and gear, glitter, white, diamond. That's what you want, okay? I ordered mine on Amazon, and it was like $10 for 15 sheets, okay? 8 by 10.5. So mine will be here tomorrow. So we're gonna go over to the heat press. We're gonna press it at 385 for 60 seconds, and then we're gonna put our notepads back together, all right? So I'll see you at the press. All right, guys, so I always put a piece of butcher paper down, and then I put my sublimated image on top. And let me see, we got it going in the right direction there. And I'm going to put a piece of butcher paper on top. And that's to protect my platen. And just for safekeeping, just going to add that on there. All right, so we're going to sublimate this. Let me change the timing because I actually had it on 45 the last time and I want it on 60. All right. So we're going to go ahead and press this for 60 seconds at 385, and then I will bring you back. So we're going to go ahead and put her down, and I will bring you back when it's done. All right. We are done. We're going to see what we have. Ooh. Gas is there. Oh, great. All right, so this butcher paper we're going to trash. Put that over there for the trash. And it's hot. Ha ha hot. Okay. And she is done. So I'm going to let it cool down for a second, and then I'm going to meet you back over at my workstation. All right, guys, we're back. Our image has now been sublimated onto our new front cover, and it has kind of like that little glossy look. Now, I don't know if it is just this particular because I don't have the pen and gear, but that's what it looks like. Okay, and this is not, they're coming out, I like them. You know, they're coming out lighter than I had anticipated, but I still like them. So what you're going to do now is you're going to take that front cover, you're going to line it up with your pad, just like that. Keep everything together. And you're going to take your wire, just like that. Make sure you got it all lined up. Got all the holes lined up like they should be. And you're going to start at the very first hole, and you're just going to loop it back through and just start rolling it. And it will automatically, as you can see, feed into the next hole and the next hole and the next hole. And if you find that it gets stuck, just make sure your paper is lined up. All your holes are lined up appropriately. And it's very, very easy, guys. No easier than I took it out. I'm putting it back in. And like I said, you're going to need needle nose pliers. And I recommend those so that you can bend that last wire on the top and the bottom back into place. You won't be able to get it exact because you did cut some of the wiring. So you will be able to, you know, get a bend in there. Get a bend in there. So you guys see how easy I'm putting this wire right back in from just like I took it out. It is not hard at all, but I do recommend needle nose pliers to bend it back into place, and wire cutters to cut it so you can take it out to get to this point. And there we have it. We have now placed our wire back in. And like I said, you are going to need those needle nose pliers to bend the last two loops back into place. Okay, but there she is, all put together. And I'm trying to be careful because I haven't bent my wire yet. But now you have your very own notepad. So you've taken it from the pen and gear to, hey, Black and Educated. Okay, so now I've completed 2 of these notepads. You can see the difference. This one I used the beigeish kind of glitter. And then this one was more of what they call the white. But again, I'm using the 12 by 12 individual sheets. And I don't know how the pen and gear glitter white diamond will sublimate because I haven't used it yet because I haven't found it in Walmart. But I did order it off of Amazon. So there you go. Black and agitated, guys. All right. So I'm going to go over briefly the tools or supplies you're going to need. You're going to need your, of course, notepad. The instructions I'm giving you are for the pen and gear college rule. It's 42 holes on the side with the 3 here. You can get your template off of Etsy from Picky Creation 777 for $2.50. And then I'm using this image from Mommy Made on Etsy. They are PNG files, not SVG files, but you get like 175 of them for $4, which is a really great deal. And then my notepads I got from Walmart. They have a sale right now for 25 cents, guys. 25 cents for the pen and gear college ruled notepads. Okay. I highly recommend wire cutters and needle nose pliers. Okay. The needle nose plier is so that you can bend these back into place. So I'm going to hold these off until I can find mine because I do have some. And then I'm going to bend those 2 wires, each one on the end, back into place. I'm using Sublimation paper that I got from Amazon. My ink is Hiipoo, Hiippoo, which I also got from Amazon. And what else? You need heat tape. My printer is the Epson Workforce 7720. And I got my heat press off of eBay. And it is a 16 by 24. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I told you everything you need to know about this process. And I showed you how you can go in and remove the wire and put it back. Okay. And no longer a need for this. Go ahead and throw that in the trash. The blowout paper, the butcher paper that I put on my heat press, that I put under and over on top, those are trash now. You can go ahead and throw those in the trash. Don't try to reuse them because that ink will bleed into your next project. So that paper is no longer any good. And yeah, that's it. So once I get the pen and gear white glitter card stock and try it, I will let you know if it sublimates just like this. And if it does, I mean, you be the judge on whether or not you want to run in and grab one of these 12 by 12s and work with it, or do you want to try to find the pen and gear glitter white diamond cardstock, which is what I have coming in on Wednesday. Okay. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. If you're currently following me via Facebook and my Facebook group, Candors's Cricut and Creative Crafters, I want to thank you guys so much for supporting me via Facebook. And if you're currently following me via YouTube and you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, then I want to thank you guys so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel and supporting me via YouTube. And if not, then please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you would like to join my Facebook group, which is a private group, all of these tutorials, I link them into my group. So, you know, my group members don't have to ask, how did you make that? Because if I upload a picture or whatever, I normally follow it up with a tutorial to give you all the details and what you're getting right here on YouTube. Okay. So that's one of the great things about my group. We have a contest going on right now. We try to have contests monthly. So we have a t-shirt competition going on right now called Always Stay Humble. Child, ain't that the truth? Okay. So anyway, if you want to join my Facebook group, it's Candors's Cricut and Creative Crafters. It is a Facebook group. Don't go to the Facebook page. Go to the Facebook group because that's where the magic happens. That's where all of my great crafters craft, and we craft together and we learn from one another. Okay. And you guys know my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. Have a good night, guys. Bye.